about my speech. Then later I'll show you my family tree and what I've had. I was 11 years old and I lived in a beat-up old shack in Cork, Ireland. I lived with my mother, Avery, and my sister, Enid. We had little money because our dad had died because of the potato famine. He worked at a factory to give us money, but we never had enough to go to school, so my mom couldn't work anywhere else. Eventually we packed, but we couldn't pack that much stuff except for non-perishable food, since all we had were raggedy old dresses. We went on the ship, and it was awful there. They only gave us coffee and beer, but the beer was disgusting, just like the ship was. We got put in steerage with all these other crowded people, and some were even sick. I almost got sick once too, because I got a runny nose all the time. Eventually, we made it to New York. There, we waited in a long line, which waited for 7 hours, and then eventually we made it to the front. When we got there, I saw some people with little white X's on their shirt, sort of like this color. My mom told me that meant they were too sick to stay in America, so they'd be put on the next ship back to Ireland. I felt sad for them and the people who came with them. They'd now be alone. But luckily, we all made it through just fine. Now I had to figure out a way how to get to Wisconsin. My Uncle Roland moved there earlier, and he said that he'd come to pick us up because we had sent him a letter 3 months earlier. He came in his horse carriage and brought us plenty of food. We rode him there for a week. It was really long, and eventually I fell asleep. I was really close there, so when I woke up, Wisconsin was beautiful. When I lived in Wisconsin, I could only live with my Uncle Roland because we didn't have enough money to get our own house. So we stayed with my Aunt Chantel and my cousin Caitlin. They had a beautiful garden and a nice red shack. It was a little cramped, but we got used to that lifestyle. A year later, we moved into our own blue little shack. There, we had vegetables and fruits, enough to sell and get money. Now, Enid and I go to school, and here's some of the things I packed. I packed these little rice cakes and a loaf of bread. That's all I could carry. And now you know my story. And I'll show you my family tree. Right here is me, Shane, my sister Enid, my mom Avery, and my dad Weiser, his mom Diana, his dad Ross, and my mom's mom Lily, and my mom's dad Ronald.